boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
Welcome into the special edition of the Causeway Street Podcast. You know, we did this last year. We had the top 25 players list. It sparked such great debate between all of us. So we decided to do it again this season. And, of course, we got plenty to discuss. So we're doing top 25 players list, but this is from 25 to 11.
Oh, a little cliffhanger.
And trust me, that's plenty to go on. Josue Pavone here. Joel Pavone next to me. Got Sean Dutra across. And man, this is gonna be fun because you know what, we did it in a way that we weren't discussing anything about our list. So everything coming at you right now is pure. It's natural. We're gonna just go right at it.
So you jotting down something over there while you're talking, or what?
And we're gonna try to figure things out. Yeah, you know that's the way it is, man. And I think you guys are both doing the same thing. You know, last minute.
Nah, man.
Adjustments.
Little tweaks.
You know?
Well, you guys maybe do one, but that's it. We'll get into that.
All right. Well, let's just get into it right now. Get your counter in here with these debates because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. All right. Who wants to go first? All right. 25 through 11.
Get your popcorn ready.
Let's see what we got here because last year, man, we had a lot of bickering back and forth, and I think we're going to have the same thing this year. However, I don't know. I feel like this year was a bit easier putting the list together.
I want to start just with
Top 10 is always tricky, but
people that didn't make the list that you probably are wondering about. I don't know. Should I say this? What should I?
Honorable mentions? What you got?
I'm gonna give.
You talk about the injuries.
So,
oh yeah, okay, yeah, good call. So let's
so anybody who's played like less than like
let's get this out there right now.
30 games.
Actually, there's
20 games.
There's two guys really.
Let's just cut to the chase. It's Kawhi Leonard.
It's Kawhi Leonard and it's Gordon Hayward.
And it's Gordon.
Some people may have put him in the top 25.
It's
hard to say.
I will say
it's hard to say those 5 minutes are going to. How good he's going to be this year because this is about this year. So
a guy that we all had on our list was Isaiah Thomas too. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I didn't have him on my list.
Yeah, you did last year.
Oh, last year.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this year.
Well, yeah, clearly he's not on there.
Yeah.
But Kawhi was top 10 this year.
But if he wasn't injured this year, if IT wasn't injured this year, that's what I'm saying. If he played the whole season.
Joel's trying to point out a guy who was top 15 for all of us. I had him at 15. You guys had him a little higher.
Well, I still got Chris. I still got Chris Bosh on my list too.
Oh, he says he's coming back though.
Yeah, never know.
Oh, you know who's not on my list and who wasn't on my list last year? Carmelo Anthony. I don't know why you guys had him on the list. Anyways, let's go. Who wants to go first?
Wait. Let me give an ode to Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard is still a top 5 player in the NBA.
Pretty sure
when he's ready to go.
We get it.
Pretty sure you wanted him on the Celtics. That's at one point you brought that up, Carmelo.
When everything else fails,
Kawhi Leonard's better than LeBron James.
All right, Sean.
I was forced to have him taken off my list. Okay. So don't get that.
No. We all agreed. We all agreed.
Sean put up a fight where he lost.
We agreed.
It was 2-1.
We agreed. Okay, Mr. Kawhi Leonard has only played 9 games up to this point. He probably won't be back until I playoff.
He was top 5 on all of our.
Yes, top 5.
I gave him the 10th spot.
He was top 5 on my list.
I gave him the 10th spot just because I wanted to make sure he was in the top 10.
All right, well, you can throw him in as an honorable mention.
Well, he is.
Sean, why don't you go start things off?
Right?
Because you're all over the place.
You're anxious.
I really want to know how your list starts. And if you say Marcus Smart, I really wouldn't even be surprised.
What do you want to give me the 25 to 20?
25A. Now we're going, go ahead.
No, Sean didn't mess up this year. What you got?
No. 25 was probably the hardest thing that I did on my list.
Start every single selection like this.
It was probably the hardest one on the list because I had to leave out Al Horford.
It would just be his.
I had Al Horford debating back and forth.
Al Horford's on the bubble for me too.
Between Al Horford and Andre Drummond, and I went with Andre Drummond as number 25.
Tell me why, and I'll tell you my reason.
And Andre Drummond has decided this year that he can shoot free throws. Andre Drummond is a better rebounder. He's a better scorer. Al Horford's a better facilitator. Al Horford's a better, I think he's more basketball savvy. But when it comes down to it, if I had to start a team, I'd take Andre Drummond over Al Horford to start. He's younger too.
But see, that's the thing though. With this, we're talking about the best players. We're not talking about the value.
I know.
So that's a great
it was a toss-up. Right there. It was a toss-up.
Right, it was a toss-up. At the end of the day, I feel like we're talking about we're dissecting the player. We're not talking about what he's doing for the team.
Right.
Obviously, Al Horford means a hell of a lot more to the Celtics in the grand scheme of things than what Drummond.
I mean, that kind of.
No, actually, you know what? Let me
that
say
came.
That
Yeah, that kind
of. Horford provides more for a team like the Celtics, a top-notch team in
a
the
better
NBA,
team,
a better team than what Drummond provides for.
Drummond is basically everything on that team.
Well, that kind of influenced. I don't know. That kind of influenced my list overall in terms of like not just stats. impact and what they do for their team.
It's just
That's
top 25. It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, so what they
Joel
do, you
Joel
factor that
still
in?
has.
I
Joel-
factored that in.
I wonder if Joel has Klay Thompson over Steph Curry.
That's fine. As long-
Next week.
Okay.
Oh, maybe he's not next week.
as long as-
Oh, Joel might have Steph Curry in the top
Steph,
15. this
Steph,
year.
I don't
Steph,
have- I don't-
honorable mention. Steph Curry, number 27.
I can't.
Number 26 or 27.
At least I won't be. Killing myself trying to figure out who's better, John Antetokounmpo or Cousins. I'm torn, guys. He's 5A and 5B. I won't have any of that.
Hey, you know what? I'm at least fair. Number 24, one guy, the only guy on my list that I don't think is an all-star is Ben Simmons. I got him at number 24.
He loved Ben Simmons.
Seriously, dude.
Ben Simmons. Hey,
He
dude,
might be top 30. Yeah, he probably is top. No, he's definitely top 30.
I'm
He's
sorry.
top 30.
I'm sorry.
He's
So
top 30.
when I was looking at this whole
He's not on my
this top two, the bottom two spots, I picked Simmons and Drummond,
He can't shoot though.
but I had Dragic, Whiteside, Blake, Al Horford as the other ones that I left off the list. I'm sorry. I'm taking Simmons over Dragic. I'm taking Simmons over Whiteside. Taking Dragic, Whiteside, Blake, Griffin, and Al Horford.
Okay.
I'll take Simmons over them any day. So I don't know.
All
That's
right,
just me.
continue.
And Kemba Walker, I left him off the list too. So
Yeah, you did. We talked about that.
23, I got Bradley Beal. 22, I got Karl Anthony Towns.
Not the top 20, huh?
Nope. I got 21 is my boy Kristaps Porzingis. Definitely would have been top 20 without that injury. And 20, I didn't have him on my team last year. I've been hating on this guy the entire time he's ever played in the NBA. But
every year of his life in the NBA.
I've always thought he was going to fail. But I finally have to give it to Kyle Lowry.
Oh, okay.
You made the cut. You're the 20th best player in the NBA.
All right, go on.
No, I'm good. Joel, go.
I thought we were going to 11, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we're
going to
going-
do my whole thing. Let's do 5 and 5 and 5.
Oh, gotcha.
Then we'll
Okay,
go to
you
the
wanna
next
do
one.
that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we can see how we compare. It's
All right, why don't you
weird.
run that by us next time, all right, Sean?
Yeah,
I thought that's what we
seriously.
decided on.
No, I thought we were doing up until 11, and then the next
I'm like,
one.
do you
the
have
next one.
Lowry?
No, I
11?
want to.
What's going
No,
on?
let's go. Go. Come on.
All right, let's go.
All right, number 25, I have Andre Drummond.
Oh, same one as me.
Number 24, I have. This was tough for me to put in, but he was having a good season before he went down. Porzingis. Number
Okay.
24. He wasn't on my list last year.
Actually, he was having a great season before he went down. Great season.
Was he on any of our lists? I think someone had.
I had him on my. I had him on
You
my
had
list.
him on.
I had him on
and
my
I think
list.
and I think Zach did too.
Oh, by the way, Zach's going to join us next week and unveil his top 25 when we do our top 10. Go ahead.
All right. Number 23, I have Cat.
Okay.
You guys are hating on Cat, man.
No, I'm not hating on him. I just think he's same argument we had last year.
Yeah.
He's just not quite there yet.
He's a newbie.
He's in the same. He's in the same Porzingis Cat. I think you rank them together.
He's a little higher. A little higher. Not
He's
a
a little
lot.
higher?
A little
Okay.
higher than
If Porzingis was playing,
You
he
know
would
what?
be way above Cat.
It's a good argument. Yeah. No, I agree with him. But I think because he was new to my list because he wasn't last year.
So really quickly though,
I think Cat was. I gotta.
you're going to take
I
Cat
should
over
look-
Porzingis
Yeah.
I would.
I would.
to start. But let's say scrap top 25. Start a team. You're
Yeah.
taking really.
Yeah.
I'm taking Porzingis.
He's more versatile than Porzingis. Porzingis only averages 6 rebounds a game.
I
He's
know, but
7.5.
But he can shoot the three. He's
I mean, I don't know
already
if he's
got that
7'5", but it looks
stretch
like he's
game
7'5".
going. Like he's.
Cat.
But Cat can
is
dribble.
Cat's a
Cat's-
consistent double.
Porzingis led the league in blocks though.
But Cat is like a little mini KG though. He can dribble. He can shoot. He can rebound. He can pass.
He's not there yet for me. I still take Porzingis, but Porzingis also had I think another year.
He's on the come up though. He's on the come up.
All right, go on.
All right. What I leave off? So I got 25, 24, 23 was Cat. Right. Okay. 22. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this one.
Uh-oh.
I got CJ McCollum in there.
Oh. I'm not going to hate it.
That's interesting.
I do want to see who you left off the list to leave CJ McCollum on there because
yeah.
You want me to tell you who I left off?
My only thing with CJ is he's a bit streaky.
yes,
Yeah,
that's my thing with CJ.
That's
But
my only
I
thing.
would prefer him over
And if he's not
Bradley
hitting-
Beal.
And if he's not hitting shots, he's not giving you a whole lot.
Yeah,
you
no,
leave
but
Bradley Beal
I would-
off the list?
I would. Yeah, he's not on my list.
Wow.
I would pick him over Bradley Beal.
I would take
I think Bradley Beal is one of the most overrated players in the league.
I know, but I think
crazy
McCollum
about
it.
is
No, he-
I think McCollum is accurately rated where he is outside the top 25. Like I don't think you're missing much from McCollum.
Yeah,
he's a
but-
great player.
But he
Top
but-
30, top
but
40?
He puts in again. This is the word of this episode. He puts in effort. Bradley Beal, whenever he feels like playing, he doesn't play.
Sure, Bradley Beal
Doesn't
has more
put it up.
talent than McCollum, but McCollum,
But
you think,
Bradley Beal just like I'm gonna take the night off. And he won't say it, but you'll see it.
I think that was defining his early part of the career. I think now he's much more consistent than we give him credit for because he had that tag.
Plus, he was injury prone too.
He was. Now I think he's coming into his own.
He's finally gotten out of that
last year.
That shell, though.
I think Bradley Beal is sort of this year, maybe next year, is going to be taking that leap.
Yeah. All right. So that was 22. Okay. 21. I got Victor Oladipo, a newbie.
You son of a bitch.
A newbie. Oladipo, yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You love yourself some Oladipo.
I do love myself. This is a smack in the face to a potential MVP candidate.
I mean, what do you got him in the top? If you got him in the top 10, then I don't know what to tell you, bro.
No,
hey, no,
we shall see.
Right. No spoilers. Come on.
All
right, so that's my up to 21. So
I'll go to 20. Next. I went to 20.
Oh, you went to 20. Okay, number 20. I have Joel Embiid.
That's a little low for me. My liking.
I mean, he could put up, more than
if he stays on the floor,
50 games. Yeah, 50 games.
So we'll talk
if
more
we can
about
play back-to-back
Embiid.
games.
I think it's low. We'll talk more about Embiid. I understand. I understand what you're saying, but
see, that's what I like. That's what I like about the bottom.
Yeah.
There's
so many.
There's so many guys like, yeah, but this guy. Well, first of all, there's the bubble.
Yeah.
And then the people who get past the bubble, it's like, is he in the 20 though, or is he out of the 20?
Guys that I took out though, when like initially.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Kemba Walker. I had him at my top 20. He was 25 last year for me.
Out. Yep.
Tim will love this. I had Devin Booker.
I had 24. Booker on my bubble list.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
Right next to Chris Middleton, so that's where I've ranked them.
So those three. Well, those two.
That's like the bubble on the bubble.
Yeah, that's the bubble.
You have Blake in your list?
Blake was on my list, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Blake's out this year for me.
All right, so like I said, man,
he's actually healthy this year. So
the bottom's what got me torn. This is my thing. 25 between Horford and Kemba Walker.
Go with.
Damn, you guys are hating on Horford this, huh? But
ooh, he's got it way up on the list. You hear that,
Tom? He
Tom?
hasn't even said his name yet. I thought you didn't have him on at all.
I don't have him on my list.
I got Horford at 25. Horford
okay.
25. Horford made it over.
He didn't make his list last year, though.
I left out Walker. He didn't make my list last year. I'm glad you brought that up. But this year, I mean, he just fills the stat sheet. And listen,
Kemba,
out of all these guys, he's not someone that just sure, he's not going to put up 20 points every single night like most of these guys, pretty much all these guys.
Leads the NBA centers with assists, man. Like that's so
right.
underrated.
He leads the center exactly. He leads in that statistical category. He's the first Celtic since I'm drawing a blank right now. Jeez.
What's the stat?
Points, rebounds, and assists. He's the first Celtic since I want to say late 70s.
Sam Jones.
Casey Jones.
My fault. Casey. My bad.
Come on, get your Jones.
The wrong Jones. My bad. I gotta keep up with the Joneses. My bad.
Oh, I'm not even mad at you for that now. Oh yeah.
All right, where am I at? 14 points, 5 rebounds. No, excuse me, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, right?
No, but he averages 8 assists, 8 rebounds and over 5 assists.
Over 5 assists. Okay, that's what it is. 8 rebounds, over 5 assists.
I feel bad leaving him off my list now.
Consistent.
14 points.
Hey, I had to put him over
Drummond.
I had to put him over Walker. So there he is.
I mean, he leads the Celtics in rebounds and assists. Like he's in there, man. All-star again for the first time in a couple years.
24. I like what you have to say about Bradley Beal because that's where I have him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like
you don't have him on your list, right?
I have him on my list. Nope.
He stepped his game up this year.
He was my bubble guy, but I don't.
He stepped his game up this year. I give him credit for that. But so have a lot of these guys, including everyone in front of him on my list. So it was just hard to put him above who I have in front of him and who I have at number. Where am I at? 23.
MJ.
I got Porzingis. I gotta give credit to the guy.
Now, did Porzingis fall down your list?
He wasn't on my list last year, and he was 24 on my list this year.
I didn't take the injury into consideration.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Wow. No. I probably would have had him at like definitely a top 20 if it wasn't for the injury.
In something else too.
Even though it just happened, but
like his shooting percentage has gone way down from last year.
Yeah, but
he doesn't rebound.
But
that's my whole thing.
I will say, like, I think for me with Porzingis, it's the way that he's taken that team to be his own. Now that Carmelo's not there, he's clearly stepped up, and I mean. If his shooting percentage goes down, it's because he doesn't have Carmelo taking all the shots anymore.
That's true, but he's a little too perimeter for his size.
All right, 22, I got Andre Drummond.
Wow.
21, I got LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, I left him off my list intentionally. I hate that guy.
I didn't leave him off.
You ain't talking about it being like potential MVP.
No, I hated the fact it was
this year. You talk about a guy and your boy Kawhi Leonard.
He's back to his Portland.
He's the biggest reason why the San Antonio Spurs have been
Lamarcus
in the fold.
Aldridge.
Listen, I was hating on this guy big time. I'm not hating on him, but I wasn't impressed with him last year.
I can't stand that dude.
I was ever since he joined the Spurs, and especially after Duncan retired, I'm like, all right, this is your chance. And he just wasn't that guy last season. This year, he stepped his game up. Much credit to him. Number 21,
The Rooster.
You're gonna hate this one. I got Kevin Love.
Not on my top 20.
This team has put together wins because of Kevin Love.
Last year I had him. He was
25 last year.
He was
for
like
me,
19 for me
Yeah.
last year. Yeah.
All right, that was a great list, Sway. Great job with that, man. So,
I hate when you do that.
hey,
I had some sarcasm.
all right. So, top 20 is very difficult, but I'll just give it to you. Number 19, I got
Give it to me, baby.
a guy by the name of John Wall. Number 19.
Okay.
Number 19.
All right.
Number 18,
Damn. Got Paul Wall that low, huh?
I got Victor Oladipo.
I'm surprised
Number
not in your top
18.
15.
Number
I
18.
thought it'd be 15 actually. I thought it'd be around there.
Nope. I got Damian Lillard one step ahead at number 17.
What? Yo, why does everyone hate on Dame?
Dame
I'm not
Dollar.
hating on Dame.
Dame's not a top 15 player. All right, go on.
Number 16,
Clearly,
I
I
have
really
Klay
like Dame.
Thompson. And
Right.
number 15, I have Draymond Green.
Really?
Very guard heavy. I have Draymond ahead of Klay. I think Draymond's a more valuable player on the Warriors over Klay.
I mean, I fucking
Talking about best players, man.
yeah, man. You
Yes.
you definitely didn't have Draymond last year on your list at all.
I just think that the way they won again, you gotta. I don't know. I think that it shows that with Durant on the team that Klay is a little more expendable than Draymond, but now Draymond's even. If they don't have Draymond Green, they're not winning games like the way they are right now. If they don't have Klay Thompson, they probably still will score
Yeah, but
enough
we're talking about
points.
the best players, right?
And that's what I mean. Draymond Green is still on the list. Not at
Not
all.
on my list either.
Well, he's on my list.
2 straight years.
So he's on my list. You know that I love effort and intensity and hustle
I mean, if you
He
if
is
you don't
the
you don't
big
you don't,
man
you don't
version
even
of Marcus
think
Smart.
you don't
and
even think
intangibles.
you don't even think you should be an all-star. So
I don't. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't.
You said that. You said he should be an all-star.
Sure. I don't care if you. I don't think he's an all-star, but I think he's a top 25 player in the NBA.
I think, you know, I said the thing about Kemba actually, because he was on the bubble too. I think he might be 26, 27. Him and Kemba is it's a toss-up.
Listen, the reason why I have
I'm not
Draymond
trying
Green.
to do top 30 here, but
Okay,
if I had to
so
think about it, those two were the ones left out.
I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but like I don't also believe that. I think the all-star team is about how you perform and how much stats you put up and all that stuff. Like,
well, no,
the all-star
1000%
team
has
is
a lot to do-
different.
Well, it has a lot to do with what team you're on.
yeah,
I mean, that's undeniable.
exactly. So if you wanted
If
to,
he's not on the Warriors, well, that's my point though. We're talking. In my opinion, I'm talking about the player. If he's on the Warriors,
how effective is he?
he's not an all-star, right?
right,
Mhm.
But
exactly.
it is what it is. Okay, all right.
He's on my list. He's top. He's not top 15, but he's right there. But
Okay.
Draymond over Klay.
All right. Number 19, I have Blake Griffin.
No.
Yep, I have Blake Griffin. He's finally healthy.
Why?
He's finally healthy.
He was on my list last year.
Yeah. Number 19.
No
All right.
one reaches their potential in Detroit.
Isaiah Thomas did the original
I
Isaiah
think
Thomas.
That was
I think Chauncey
before.
Billups would beg to differ.
That was before
Joe Dumars,
there are no houses
Bill Laimbeer,
in Detroit anymore.
Dennis
There's
Rodman.
no drinking water in Detroit anymore. Right? No one goes to Detroit to reach their potential. You don't leave LA and go to Detroit. Since the recession,
Rick Mahorn. I mean, they all reached their
You do
potential.
not go to Detroit to reach your potential.
Go on. Jeez.
All right.
Guys.
Number
Ford hasn't been the same.
Number 18, I have LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's a joke.
You just
Why
don't
you
like
hate
him.
Yeah, why you hate
You just don't like him.
I don't
What
like
did he do to you? Did he lose
LaMarcus
your money?
Aldridge.
You just don't
Definitely
like him.
lost your money. What happened?
No,
Was
he's
performing at a high level and you got like 30
Yeah.
whatever dollars on
something.
a
You,
week?
you traded him away and now he's doing well?
I
What's
just think
happened?
LaMarcus
On
Aldridge.
your
I just think
fantasy
LaMarcus Aldridge is
degenerate you.
not a great piece. I think he's on the Spurs with Popovich is built around.
Oh yeah, because he was terrible.
No Parker and no Kawhi, and they're still the third best team in the West all year. All year.
LaMarcus Aldridge in a big game will disappear, and it's been proven time and time and time again. So you can keep counting on him in the regular season, fine. Big games, he is nowhere to be found.
All right, number 17, I got John Wall.
Okay, not too far. Is that injury based or regression based? Because I think he regressed this year.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah,
A little bit of both.
Beal's a better player.
Well, I think because I think no,
Like
I think because Beal
that's not
is
true.
it's been it's
So
like
this year.
the spotlight's been more on both of them. It's usually just on John Wall,
Yeah.
but I don't think he likes to share the spotlight.
Yeah,
Obviously, so.
Maybe I didn't mean
I mean,
Beal's
when
a better.
you got Martian
player.
Gortat tweeting at you saying that, oh, we're so much better without you. That's kind of fucked up. So
It's aggressive.
it's really aggressive.
I mean, John Wall's probably a better overall player than Beal, but Beal has played better this year.
Yeah. Number 16, Al Horford.
Jam, dude.
That's Sway over here. Don't talk to me.
Come on, you guys suck. I hate you guys.
I'll digress.
So we're going down to 15.
I'll just stop where I
We're
am.
at 15. 15. That's okay. 15. Before this podcast goes off the rails.
Just don't cut that up, man.
Before this episode goes off the rails.
We're good.
Chris Paul.
Okay.
I got Chris Paul.
Joel with the wild cards.
got
Okay.
Chris Paul.
You know what? You know
why?
what?
You know why? I'll tell you real quick.
I'm gonna agree with all his points. I'm gonna agree with all of this because I had the same to struggle on my card. He just didn't fall that far.
His assists went down, but his points went up.
I'm gonna agree with all this.
Sure.
All right, and
He's in the D'Antoni system.
that too. But
I could play point guard in the D'Antoni system and average 7 points a game.
no. But he's rebounding more, passing less, and shooting more. I just feel like, when he first got traded there, and I was like, unless they
How's
add,
it gonna work?
yeah, unless they add someone like Carmelo Anthony, which I think that's what they wanted to do. I'm like, how the hell is this gonna work? Harden was already averaging 10, 11, 12 assists a game. So who's the point guard now? I mean, I think he's really coming to his own in the system when Harden was out, but when Harden's Harden's on the bench, and so I don't know. I mean, I still don't think Houston's gonna go far into the playoffs. That's just me though. But Sway.
All right. So,
So he was number what?
15.
all right. So for these next two guys, I mean, you can pretty much flip them either way, depending on how you feel. I think Sean will feel one way out of these two guys. All right, 19.
I think I get it.
See, I'm still torn between these two guys.
You have it on paper. Read it how it is on paper.
Oladipo at 19.
All right, so we're not far. I mean,
Bradley Beal
I
at
forget,
18.
you got him at like fucking.
Bradley Beal and Oladipo.
I have Oladipo at 18. I wish.
Actually, you know what? No. All right. No. That's it. Beal at 19.
Oladipo 18.
Oladipo 18.
I like
Thank
it.
you.
I like it.
17, I got Cat.
I like it.
Okay.
Fuck some Beal.
And this guy is on his way up.
Fuck some Beal.
By next year, this guy could
Parmesan.
crack the top 10. We'll see.
If I had to do this list
Who?
again, I would have
Cat.
Cat a little bit higher.
I think
myself.
Oladipo's going to crack the top 10 next year.
That's a possibility too. A strong possibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's the future.
He's not going to tap out like Lillard.
Ooh.
Where am I at? 17?
Yes.
I got Joel Embiid.
Okay.
I thought you had Joel Pavone in there, man. That would have been dope.
16, Kyle Lowry.
Okay.
15.
Not. He didn't
Is
make
he on
my
your list?
For the second straight year, not on my list.
Damn.
I really don't like Lowry.
Not on
huh?
my list. Nope.
See, I'm not a big Lowry guy, but this year it's undeniable.
Yeah,
my opinion.
This year he's been on, man.
I think last year was DeMar DeRozan show. This year it's the Kyle Lowry show.
And this is where I was torn again with the flipping. I'm adamant on this one. 15, Paul George. I was gonna put Lowry over George, but I said, you know what? Lately, George has been really heating things up.
Yeah.
And I think Paul George could be the difference maker in these guys winning a series in the playoffs. I think
Yes.
it's that important.
Yes.
You got him at.
Yep.
What do you got him at? 15.
15.
I'll talk about Paul George in a
Listen,
little bit.
he's not exactly Durant, but he's been the closest thing, obviously.
I think you're
since
underrating
he left.
Paul George. I don't think he's dropped as far as we think he has.
Well, he's about the same.
You know what?
Where'd you have him
I
last year?
Top 10. Everyone had him in the top 10
had him
last
top-
year.
Oh, I had him at number 11.
We should really look.
Sorry.
We should. You know what? We should pull that up before this episode ends. But yeah, I think Paul George has
Don't
been
look
a
at
big
mine.
reason why this.
He said, "Don't look at mine."
I think Paul George has been a huge reason why this team has turned things around. Remember, this team wasn't even.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
9th, 10th place in the Western Conference for a while.
But they're still
Paul
they're
George is
struggling.
the big reason.
They're struggling a little bit
For that turnaround.
because of what's his name? Their defensive.
No, I think
Juggernaut
I
guy.
well, I think that's a
Andre
Carmelo
Roberson.
problem. It's a Carmelo problem.
No, Andre Roberson.
Roberson.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
For
no,
defense.
No,
Saying,
but they have been struggling since he's gone.
Speaking
down.
of defense too, Paul George is an underrated defender.
Yes, Roberson. George has picked it up defensively.
Yeah.
Well,
So he cracks the top 15.
All right.
That's what I got.
I think you're underrating him.
Oh, someone has him a little higher.
I have him a lot higher now since we took Kawhi out of the fucking mix. Let's do that curveball at me.
That really threw him off.
It
Three
did.
for a loop, huh? All right, well, let's see what you got. This is the last.
All right, so I
Last five here.
started at 14.
Yes, that's where you start at.
Well, last four. Excuse me.
All right. I got my man Joel Embiid.
Okay.
14. I think if he
It's a bit
can
high.
if he can start to he's played his first back-to-back.
Oh, okay.
He's played more games this year than he even played last year.
It's all
He
growing
gets
up
his
now.
team. He gets his team to the playoffs.
Just saying, like this, Joel Embiid is
put his big boy pants on. Then yeah,
that
he'll be up there.
that dunk. That his training wheels are slowly coming up. You know what? Joel Embiid
He's got
is
one now.
Joel
It's like
Embiid-
when I was a kid, I
No.
had one for the longest.
That doesn't even make sense.
Before I got rid. One training wheel. What are you talking about?
How do you have one training wheel that's going to put you off balance? That's even worse than that's worse than no training wheel.
Lean
That's
more
how-
towards one side.
That's how
Just
exactly.
That is why you
That's how you-
suck
That's
at
how you
golf.
That's how you
right
stay
there.
balancing. Really?
What does that have to do with golf?
You too?
That was Papa Pavone's.
Oh, you did that too?
Yeah.
I thought it was just me.
No,
Oh,
you
get
put
out.
one
I'm-
training wheel.
I'm gonna
you take
have
one
to-
training wheel off.
I'm gonna have to talk to your dad.
It's fucked up, man.
You just go. So the reason why we got off on the training wheels tangent was Joel Embiid was number 14 for me.
Yeah,
And
he's
because
got
he had
he's
the
got he's got to
training
take
wheels,
out the training wheels
metaphorically
or take off
Take it
one.
off.
By the way, I wanted to say
put
this.
his big boy pants
so
on.
him this year to me is like Forrest Gump when he starts running. Remember where the shackles come off his knees when he runs? That's Joel Embiid this year. He's running down that dirt road with those guys chasing him in the car. Maybe it's and all of a sudden his shackles just break right off his knees. It's one of the most inspirational movie
Moments.
scenes of all time. This is Joel Embiid this year.
Yeah. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Kawhi coming off the list. All my numbers are fucked up. Number 13, DeMar DeRozan. Number 13.
Hold on. Did you do 14? Who was 14?
14 's
Joel
Embiid.
Embiid. Okay. Let's make sure.
13 is DeRozan.
Hmm.
Number 12.
That was in top 10. All right.
Number 12 would have been in my top 10. You know, my favorite basketball player of all time, DeMarcus Cousins. Moved to number 12 now because of his season-ending Achilles injury.
So that factored in? I thought you were going to say because he's been sharing time with.
Nothing to do. He was having literally the best year of his career.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
The best year of his career.
If there was one season, there was 1 year where
Achilles is tough to come
the
back
Celtics
from.
had an opportunity to get him, I would have said, yeah, go get him. It would have been this year.
The best contract year, best year of his career.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen for DeMarcus Cousins in the offseason?
I don't know.
That's
It's
a
tough
whole
one.
that's a whole Sean Dutra podcast sitting in the dark alone.
Dutra Blast.
The Dutra blast.
With a
Bring
big
that
ass bottle of vodka.
You need
I
to,
gotta
you need to
bring the
back
Dutra
the
blast
blast
bring out
back.
the blast, bro.
And I only had one.
Oh, we need to do an after
Yeah,
show.
you
We haven't
really
done an after show. We only did
Did
one.
you do two or one? No, you did-
Maybe one or two. I don't remember.
I think you did two.
No, I think you did. No, I think you did one on YouTube, and then we did one kind of like
Oh yeah, podcast.
on the podcast. But yeah,
All right,
It's just legit bummed out right now.
DeMarcus Cousins. I'll always be thinking about you.
we need to do an after show too.
Number 11, which is where I'll stop
I
today.
think I have two 15s.
We're all gonna stop at 11.
We're gonna stop at 11. Chris Paul. Chris
Whoa.
Paul is number 11. Now, to me,
You guys really like Chris Paul?
Chris Paul. No, but hear me out. I mean, last year I didn't. I think I had Chris Paul
No, I think I made a
ranked.
mistake. I think I should put him in here.
You don't even have him in your top 25.
He's not on your list.
Wow, you're a moron.
I mean, I had him.
You're a moron.
I thought about putting him in towards the bottom, but
You couldn't put him over Bradley
he
Beal.
missed a lot of games, man.
I know, right?
You couldn't put him over Andre Drummond.
No,
He missed
Bradley
a lot
Beal.
of You know what? I was thinking Horford or Drummond to put him 25, 24, but he missed a lot of games.
But Harden did too. I mean, he's probably in your top 10, right?
Listen,
He's a top player.
Listen,
That's like if Durant or
Listen.
Davis missed a couple games. You're not
Listen.
gonna fault him for
Listen.
that. He's a top player.
I'm gonna give you a lot of shit right now because last
many-
year
how
you
many
guys
games-
shat on my list.
How many games did Chris
How the
Paul
hell
play?
do you not have Chris Paul in your goddamn lineup?
How many games has he played?
He's played at least 30 games.
30?
Easy.
Well,
Easy.
Okay, 30?
Easy.
Out of what?
I don't know numbers, man. Stop asking me numbers.
55.
Paul?
He's missed 20 something.
No,
20 some odd
He's
games.
played more
I know
than
this.
30.
No, I know this answer. I had this written down. Hold on.
And this team has proven to be successful without him.
Yeah, but it's way more successful with him.
Yeah, they
Harden's
dropped,
better
what,
with
one
him.
game,
Yeah.
2 games?
Played 40 games.
Yeah. Dude, come on,
40.
man. You got to
He only missed 15 games.
I thought he missed 20.
No.
Okay.
Chris Paul is literally.
I just see this team so
Did
successful without him.
you have Blake on your list?
No.
Okay.
I just see this team so successful without him, and it faults in him. I don't know. I see a lot of teams that depend. Okay, the one common theme with all 25 of my guys, teams cannot win without them.
Okay, but
This team can win without Chris Paul.
No,
They've
but
proven that so many times.
No, but
No,
when,
not a big game
No,
situation,
you know why? You know why? Because then
Not a playoff
Then you
The
got
record though.
Not a
Does the
playoff
No, but you
record
got
indicate that?
yeah, but you got James Harden. If he's out, he's playing like 40 plus minutes.
Yeah.
If James Harden is out and Chris Paul's in the game, then he's only playing barely 30 minutes.
Yeah, you
Like,
you
he-
can.
Either way, it's a win. Look, I get it. The
you're-
record,
you're-
the record when Chris Paul plays is impressive. However, this team has been knocking on the door. They can pull it off without him.
I don't think.
And I think
don't-
it knocked them off a little bit.
just admit that you made a mistake.
No, I don't think I did.
Chris Paul's not a top 25 player. That's ridiculous, Sway.
If you look at my list last year, he was like 20 something.
No,
he wasn't that high on my
no,
list.
last year we both had him in our top 20, where other people had him in their top 10. I think last year you may had him in your top 10.
Chris Paul, no. I'll tell you in a second.
Somebody else had him in the. People had them in the top 10.
I had Chris Paul last year at 17.
Where did I have him? 20 something, right? Or 19? I think he might have just been in the top 20.
You had him at 18.
18. Okay, yeah. Had him just in the top 20.
Did I not have him in my top 25?
You had like 30
I
players.
know. Come on, guys.
You had him at 10B.
10B. Yes. Okay. So
Jeez.
I was the guy. All right. So, Sway, you're an idiot. That's by far. I think by far that's you haven't even explained.
Zach had him at 13.
You haven't even explained your rest of your list yet. But that's the
hold on.
that's
So
the Klay Thompson,
who's your-
Steph Curry of this year so far.
Who's your last?
I put this on the fly, man. If you want to put the pressure on me, I literally spent like
Oh, there's the excuses.
that was your excuse last year.
Oh, that's
I
what
know,
you-
man.
that-
You know what, guys, man? You know
Every time we brought no,
I just put the
every time we would like debate like
I wasn't ready.
like no every time we would debate players and I was like you know you were like no I fucking hate that guy I was like motherfucker you had him in your top 10 He's like no that list sucks no, I didn't do that I didn't mean to
All
do
right,
that.
all right. Drop the ball. All
Of course.
right. I don't know. Who'd you take
Chris-
out? Drummond? I
Drummond,
want to take out Beal.
Beal.
I don't want to take out Horford either. All right,
Horford.
Drummond.
I mean, your list is your list, so you would take off the 25th guy, so you take off Horford.
Well, I told you.
All right.
Horford, Drummond, and Kemba Walker are all on the bubble. So
Porzingis on your list? Porzingis?
Porzingis on my list. Yeah.
I might take out Porzingis for Chris Paul.
Zinger?
Don't try to.
All right.
Try to persuade.
Can I keep
Sway
going?
on
He's
how
not going
do
to,
his
but I'm just
Wait,
saying. I
whose
would.
turn
Wait,
is it anyways?
no, it's not even your turn.
All
It's Joel's turn.
Jeez.
Oh, did you finish? Who was your last guy? I wasn't paying attention.
I'm just gonna leave.
No.
Your list sucks.
Who's your number 11?
I dropped.
He didn't even go
I
yet.
didn't go yet.
Oh.
I didn't start. It's your
I
turn.
just went.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Chris
Oh, so
Paul's
it's
my
my turn.
number 11.
Okay. So we're going from 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 14, I have Dame Dollar.
Okay. Sway has him as number 4.
7.
13, I have Paul George.
Okay.
That's where the point guards start coming in.
I have him a little bit higher, but that's just me.
Number 12, I have DeMar DeRozan.
Double D's.
Yeah. I mean,
He
dropped-
he was borderline top. He was borderline top 10 last year.
Same.
yeah, no,
Same this year.
Yeah. But he's
No.
he's still around there.
He flushed the top 10.
You had him at number 10A last year. I just say you
Yes,
list.
I know.
the best
I
team
know.
in the Eastern
I'm
Conference
saying-
right
saying
now, Sean.
this-
Who's the best player on that team?
No. I think it's the reason why they have been able to be the number 1 team this year is more of a Lowry ascendance.
He's exactly where I had him last year. Number 12.
It's DeRozan.
Yeah.
He's still 12.
No, I think DeRozan.
still 12.
DeRozan's
DeRozan.
the top guy. He's the best player on that team.
Yeah, but I think no. Yes,
Best player
he's the
on
best
the
player
team
on the team.
the best team in the East. He's the top 10 guy.
Like-
or if not, he's on the bubble.
His average points
actually number
wise
13.
has gone down like 4 or 5 points, but
Yes.
Put on 24 game. Though.
I
Yeah,
mean,
last
no,
year
you're
was
right.
put
No,
up
you're right.
29.
You're right. But his assists have gone up,
Yeah.
so he's trusting his
Well,
teammates more.
No, that's because their offense has changed. I think.
Well, that too, yeah.
They actually like enjoy shooting 3-pointers up in Toronto now.
Like ironically enough, he's averaging
Dwayne Casey, idiot.
He averages over 5 assists a game.
How good would that team be with a good coach?
Well, I don't know. Well, but they're
A lot
they would
better.
be in the Celtics way, so I
He's a
don't
good
care
coach.
what they do. Anyways,
I like Casey.
He's not a good coach.
he averages over 5 assists a game and almost 4 rebounds a game. That was swapped last year. So, I mean,
Cool.
he's good where he's at, number 12. And number 11, I got Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Do you not have Draymond Green on your list either?
No. He's. We want to talk about overrated. He's, in my opinion,
the
the most overrated player.
On this list.
The most overrated player.
Mr. Golden State fan over here.
I
You
was
think he has
just-
Draymond?
So Klay Thompson top 5, right? I'm just waiting for Klay to be
If
dropped.
we went top 50, I think Draymond would be number 40 or something.
I'm not. I mean,
Clay's in your
I
top
had-
10 again
I
this
had
year.
3. Listen, last year I had 3.
Clay's in your top 10 again.
Can I speak? I had 3 Golden State Warriors in the top 10 last year, so I'm far from a Golden State hater.
Yeah, but you
Putting
had,
that out
you
there.
had
No,
Thompson
no,
over
you-
Curry. though.
you
we
did
can't,
it.
we
You-
By
can't,
one.
we can't let
What
you
the
pass.
fuck,
with
dude?
that.
Somehow
You want to talk about lists? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Somehow,
Get the fuck out of here.
Somehow you had
You
3
couldn't.
top.
You couldn't determine who was better, fucking Antetokounmpo or Curry. I was like, I don't know, guys. I'm on the fence. I don't know.
You had 3 Golden State Warriors in your top 10, but somehow you made it like hate on Golden State. Like somehow.
Somehow you punched Steph Curry in the nuts. That's what you did.
How did I punch him in the nuts? He was a better shooter last year.
Stop trying to defend that.
I'm a defender till the end. I don't give a fuck.
I gotta make a correction here because I'm not making a correction.
Sean
that way.
Dutra.
No, listen,
There he
listen.
goes.
I literally said 2:15. I messed up. So
Nice.
let me just redo
nice.
this.
Nice.
19
Dutra,
Oladipo,
2018.
18 Beal, 17 Cat, 16 Embiid, 15 Lowry. So I said George 15. George is actually 14 on my list.
Oh, nice job, man.
13 Klay Thompson,
Okay.
12 my boy Dollar Dame.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Lillard real quick. Guy just I don't know. I feel like he is what he is. I don't think he's improved. I don't think Dame Lillard has improved since his second year in the NBA.
He's averaging 26 points.
He's improved. He's improved a bit. Not to the capacity where he's like, wait a minute, he's
Sure, maybe he scores a little
30-point
more.
scorer, but he's just been that consistent guy that gets overlooked because of his team.
Over 6 assists, fucking 5 rebounds for a guy his size.
I know, but I just
For
don't,
a guy his size and still shooting over 45%.
I guess is it because he's in Portland?
Maybe.
He needs to get fucking out of Portland then.
I had I said 2 people for the same spot. That's what threw me off.
Oh.
Can't believe I forgot Chris Paul.
See, I knew you forgot him.
25B. A. I don't care.
You gonna pull a fucking Ducha over here?
No, he had like 28 players. I have 26. Okay, I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. I said Cat twice. That was
Way
a
to
problem.
go. Way to go. Sway's back from the drawing board.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
A beautiful mind.
I always
over
know that
there.
made me feel better about myself. All right, so I got 20 Love. I'm gonna take a page out of your book actually and put Chris Paul 25. Hey, all right, number 20 Kevin Love, 19 Oladipo, Cat 18, 17 Embiid, 16 Lowry, 15 George, 14 Thompson, Lillard at 13, 12 John Wall, and 11 DeMar DeRozan.
You have John Wall that high, huh?
I have John Wall that high. Listen,
You said John Wall right already, right?
I did.
I have John Wall that high. I get it. Things aren't great chemistry wise. The locker room seems like he lost his locker room.
I'm at 17.
But
19 for me.
I think what he does for this team to get them out and win games says a lot.
Well, I think last year in the playoffs,
He wins a lot of games for these guys.
John Wall made a statement. Bradley Beal also made a statement as well. Both of them. I mean, I expected a lot more out of the Wizards this year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're like they get up for games and they just don't for others. That's
They get up for the high profile games.
It's clearly
That's true.
No.
It's clearly noticeable.
I expected a lot more out of them this year, though. I really did. Like, I think I expected what I'm seeing out of Bradley Beal, but I mean, for John Wall to come out and just sort of lose the locker room and like, I don't know, like.
Hey man, we're talking about skills, man. I'm talking about like the lead. I mean,
Do the Wizards think they're a better team
that
without
plays a
John
part.
Wall?
Leadership plays a part and everything, but I just feel like what he does for this team and like without John Wall, this team is fighting for a playoff spot. You know what I mean? John
Otto
Wall,
Porter's the second best option offensively.
But no, what I'm trying to say is this team can go far in playoff because of John Wall. John Wall nearly carried this team to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 28 game performance from Olenek away from bringing this team to these conference finals. I know that's crazy as that sounds, but that's what happened in Game 7.
I miss Kelly Olynyk.
Back to my point, in
you
the last episode.
I don't.
Back to my point about in the last episode about how home court means everything for the Celtics. It meant everything for that series.
Okay. So who's number 11?
I just said it, DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, and I can't believe you didn't think he's on the bubble. He's the borderline top 10 guy.
10B. No, he's number 13 for me. But I think that's just because Chris Paul.
DeMar, man.
Chris Paul, DeMarcus Cousins. I'm not gonna put him over Chris Paul and DeMarcus Cousins yet. I really can't until the Raptors do something in the playoffs. Like I'm sorry, I know this is play it all but no, come on, no, you come on,
come on,
no,
it's not about the playoffs.
Do something in the playoffs. That's why Kyle Lowry has been off my list, and I'm gonna regret putting him on my list because he's gonna throw a fucking 0 up in the playoffs.
All right. This edition of the Causeway Street Podcast is brought to you by MyBookie. Head over to mybookie.ag and enter the promo code Causeway, where you can get yourself a 50% bonus. That's right. MyBookie will match your deposit with up to a 50% bonus if you join right now. Head over to mybookie.ag, enter the promo code Causeway, where you can win some cash on sports betting. It's the best site for sports, and if you haven't already, you should, because I trust them, and I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to go find out for yourself. Head over to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Causeway. It's MyBookie. You play, you win, you get paid. All right, so top 10 coming up. We got Zach Peliquin is going to unveil his top 25.
There we go. I think you're going to see a couple surprises in the top 10. I have a couple little curveballs to throw at you guys.
I think the name should be pretty much the same. It's just all about the order.
But where's the order going?
Right.
Yeah, I think we pretty much, like, I don't think we...
Same thing happened last year. I mean, we all had this pretty much the same top 10, which is just...
Yeah. Same top 10.
The order's what threw us all off.
Just a little funky. Just a little funky.
Dutra had 13 players in his top 10.
That happened.
That order was off. All right, stay tuned, guys.
It's coming at you.
Next episode, Causeway Street Podcast. We're up out of here, guys.